business, oh, I was supposed to do that. A lot of times when people start a home-based business, they really want to figure out how can they fit this business into their everyday life where they actually get the maximum benefits. And one of the things that I have learned over the years of being in the home-based business is it's extremely, extremely important for everyone to understand how to live their life through priorities versus having balance. Now, some may agree that that it makes sense, and some may feel like you've got to have balance. You've got to give everything the proper attention. And I would love the dialogue if anyone is, in the comment section. It's what we've been trained. When I was growing up, I would see my mom try to balance time with me and time with my dad and time for work, and I would notice that she was super stressed out, and someone still wasn't getting enough attention, right? What has happened in business that has led to success is prioritizing everything. Where some weeks the business may get more attention, some days the family may get more attention. It's really based upon what's on the calendar and what's most important at the moment. For a lot of people, they tend to feel as though they should have a 50-50 when it comes down to their family and their business or their work life. And what happens is when you don't have agreement in your house, this can become a problem. So one of the things that has really helped me and helped several people is getting agreement in your house. So for those of you who are saying, I want to take my business to the next level, I'm ready to really put myself in a position to go from being a partner to going to Partner Plus, or I want to take it from Partner Plus and I want to go to QSC, or maybe you have desires to be an NMD. Who's on here and desires to go all the way to the top? You're striving for NMD, you're striving for PNMD, right? You're saying, I want everything that Juice Plus has to offer. Well, it's going to come with some sacrifice, right? Everything can't have balance when you have aggressive goals, but when you have agreement in your household, there's going to be some times where you're going to get help. So you may have family members say, you know what, you may need to spend a little bit more time working your Juice Plus business. So if you want to dedicate an extra hour Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to your Juice Plus business, maybe those days I'll pick the kids up from school, or maybe those days I'll cook dinner, right? Taking one thing away from you where you can add more time to your business. These small little adjustments make a huge impact on your income and your outcome. A lot of times for people, when they look at our business, they try to figure out, how does it really work? Like, does it really make sense to put yourself in a position to have all of this as a priority when your kids are getting older, or your work schedule just doesn't allow because you've been at work for 9 hours a day and now you've got to come home and you've got to get your family in order. Well, this is where you create a daily routine. So there's 3 things that really do help people be successful when they are doing their business on a part-time basis. And it's your daily habits, it's your discipline, and it's your focus. And those 3 things can land you ultimately where you want to be or where you don't want to be. So your lack of focus determines, whether you're successful or not. How disciplined you are in your business hours, putting yourself in a position to say, hey, when I'm working my Juice Plus business and it's time for me to share my business, I need to only do that. For people who work from home, sometimes you're saying, I'm working my Juice Plus business, but you're also washing clothes and you're also cooking dinner and you're also trying to tell the kids to be quiet. Sometimes you may realize that when your goals are aggressive, you've got to have everything blocked out. You've got to silence the noise. You may have to move your environment so that you can cater to your customers, so that you can make calls and follow up. Because in our business every day, when you're in your business hours, you're either talking about our product or you're talking about our business. So you're either sharing your story or sharing someone else's story, right? These are the things that you're going to be doing to really help your business grow. Well, in that time frame, you don't want to break your momentum where you start to work your business, you get excited, and then someone stops you because now it's time for you to spend 30 to 40 minutes to transition to the family. When you're with your family, you should be all in. Their priority, it's their time. But when you're in your business hours and it's time for Juice Plus, you should be all in with Juice Plus. And everyone should know that, hey, it's not my time. Now it's time for Juice Plus. My daughter is not going to come into my office. She's not going to ask for anything because she's saying these are mommy's business hours. Every business has hours of operation. They're open and they're closed at certain times. When is your business open? When is your business closed? Some people say, I work my business all the time. Now, you may feed your business all the time. You may plant seeds on social media. You may send text messages or send out recipes to your customers, right? But you're not necessarily in the income producing activity of saying, I'm going to share Juice Plus right now. I'm going to go over the products. You are actually putting yourself in a position to possibly set up appointments for tomorrow, where every single day you're saying, I'm going to make 3 calls. I'm going to call 3 different people and I'm going to share my Juice Plus story. I'm going to share why Juice Plus and why now, right? Giving yourself the permission to say, I want my business to grow, but I also want to help people. See, this is a people business and we build people first. So if you help people with your product and you help them see the benefits and you allow for them to understand that there is no greater wealth than your health, you put yourself in a position to reach all of your goals. So one of the things that I believe is important is to prioritize the fact that every single day you are a part of a show and tell business. You should be showing your products and you should be telling your story. You should be sharing your products and you should be telling someone else's story, because some of you may have just got started, right? You may already be healthy. So Juice Plus hasn't necessarily given you a wow factor as of yet, but it's helped someone else who normally wasn't as focused or who didn't have as much energy. So in the meantime, guess what you can do? You can share their story. And how about the Tower Garden? What I love that my organization has done is we don't make this company about one product. We're about solutions when it comes down to having whole food nutrition. We've got a variety of products that you can highlight every single week, where you make it a priority to talk about our shakes. You make it a priority to talk about the Tower Garden or the berry blend one week and the fruit one week. But every single day, you're putting yourself in a position to share Juice Plus. You can't be the person who works their business every single day. You'll never be able to be the person who's saying each and every day, I'm going to carve out time to work my business and I'm going to set a goal. And this goal means that I'm going to accomplish things by staying consistent. And I'm going to have the discipline to say, I'm going to work my business even when I don't feel like it. Why? Because it's a priority of mine. If you're trying to have balance all the time, you may feel like Juice Plus can wait, right? I always tell people that I am a do-it-all mom. It's just me and my daughter. She understands that, hey, there's some things that I want to do for you. And sometimes you got to choose between me paying for volleyball and me being at the volleyball game. Which do you prefer? Because some days you just can't have both, right? You got to be able to say, I want to take my family on vacations. I want to be able to spend more time or be there for my grandchildren or future grandchildren. And what this means is you've got to put your plan B in motion to one day become your plan A. Sometimes this business forces you to move where you don't even necessarily want to or desire to, but someone picked up the phone and they called you and they said that Juice Plus has helped them. Or you got on a call like tonight and you heard someone's story and you're saying, you know what, I've got to stop playing small. I've got to adjust my daily method of operation and how I'm running my Juice Plus business. And when you look at how you run your day, you've got to pay attention to 3 things in your day. How do you organize your day? Do you write down your must-do list and your to-do list, right? So there's some things that you should get done, but if it doesn't get done, it's okay. And then you've got some things where it's like, I must do this before I go to bed. This is something that has really led to a lot of success for tons of people in all businesses, because you understand what's important. There's some things that we make a priority that can wait. Your business should never be one of them, especially if you've got aggressive goals. So every day you want to make sure that you're organizing your time by writing out exactly what you must do to help you grow your business. And then you want to set the time slots for it. Okay. A lot of times what happens is people want to work with their team more than they want to talk to prospects or potential partners because it's a comfort zone. You can't spend a lot of time talking to people who are already in the business. You want to spend time talking to people who are not in the business. I just talked to my team last night and I said, you can update me while you're washing the dishes. You can update me late at night when you're not in your business hours. You don't want to update me when you can be on the phone with a prospect. You want to call them earlier. You can call me later, right? Just having those time slots available and knowing who to work with. Not everyone wants to work the business. Some people just love the products. And so they grow an organic business by sharing the products naturally. I've met so many great people here in Juice Plus who have had success really by default. They weren't intentionally building their business. They were intentionally sharing their product. And ultimately, when you share this product, you will build a business. You will have one of your upline leaders say, oh my God, you've got the volume to go SC. You've got the structure to put yourself in a position to be SSC. And now you find that everything that you thought could happen for your life, Juice Plus is a part of the solution. From you being able to have more time with your family because you may not work two jobs anymore, or you may not have to tutor after school like I did when I was a teacher, right? You may be able to free yourself of time doing something else that was going to bring you additional income, and now be able to say, in the beginning, my business was a priority, and now it's opened up doors for me to have more time to spend with my family because I took away those extra hours of work. So it's all a part of the plan to understand that this business can really help you. Now, how are you going to organize your life? How are you going to make sure that each and every day you've got the discipline? Guys, I live by an alarm clock. Okay. Sometimes I really want the alarm clock to stop telling me what to do. But ultimately, I need it to, right? Because we get passionate, we get excited, we run over in time, right? And those alarm clocks allow for me to stay on track, for me to be able to say, hey, I only need 20 minutes of your time. I only need 15 minutes of your time. And in that time slot, it forces me to take care of what is on my to-do list before I need to move on to something else. So organizing your time is a huge part of organizing your life. I always tell people, if you don't tell your time where to go, it will end up in unproductive places. If you don't have your time assigned to your goals, someone else will assign your time to their goals. And this is something that happens quite often. And I'm sure there's somebody on here who can relate to say, I had all these things that I wanted to do today, but then my mom called. Then my husband came home. Then my wife came home. And then she wanted me to do this. And then my grandson said, no, grandma, I want to do this. And so whatever you thought you were going to do became someone else's plan because it wasn't a priority for you. It wasn't a must do. It wasn't that you weren't going to do things that they asked you to do. You would have just said to them, hey, I am going to help you and I will take you to get ice cream after I'm done. Once I finish working on my Juice Plus business, then we can go outside and play. Once I'm finished harvesting my tower garden and making this live video on how awesome it is, then we can do it. Or if you help me go live in my wellness group and we talk about Juice Plus, then I'll be able to do this for you. So one of the things that does help is rewarding your family for allowing you to work your business. So I actually believe that that is one of the best parts of putting yourself in a position to run your business with priorities, is because your family will respect so much more of our business when they see that the business is assigned its own time and they're assigned their uninterrupted time. Now, another thing is prioritizing personal development. Guys, I have gotten several certifications in personal development, read tons of books. And one of the things that you must have is tough skin and the mental capacity to take on multiple chaotic situations and still remain focused. Because once you set a goal that you're going to do something extraordinary in your life, that you're going to make a big change, adversity will arise. Adversity will show up at your doorstep. And I honestly believe that it is there for you to show how bad you really want to win? How bad do you really want to say that nothing is going to stop me? And it's there to help you grow and go to a whole new level. And this is where making sure that everybody knows the power of putting the most positive information into your head, making sure that you are mentally tough to take on anything, because there's so many people who don't believe in our business. They don't believe in the home-based industry, direct sales or network marketing, multi-level marketing. I don't know what everyone calls it today, because they're all pretty much under the same umbrella. But you have to be a person who lets them see that this business works by actually working it. So many people stop working their business once something happens in their life, and it causes people to say, I knew that she wasn't that serious. I knew that he really didn't want to work that as a business. He was just doing it, just trying to sell me something, just trying to make money off of me. We are in a business where we don't make money off of people. We make money with people. We actually are putting people in a position to really better themselves while putting ourselves in a position to reach all of our goals. And no matter what's going on in your life, you always have to remember that Juice Plus is not the problem. Juice Plus is the solution. So when you say you don't have time for your business and you can't work your business and you just don't have it in you, remember that this is the same business that has done something for you to make you say yes. And you have to make sure that you don't waste time not giving someone a chance to ultimately be able to say yes to Juice Plus as well. Now, I don't know how much time I have tonight, and I know that this is being recorded. But one of the things that I do want to make sure that everyone understands is always schedule time for your mentorship. Always schedule time to get wise counsel from those who are where you want to be. One of the blessings that I have is that I have 3 amazing uplines where they are always there. And then I have an extra bonus of having 2 doctors that I can call in my upline leadership who are always there to help. I utilize them. I know what everyone's strengths are. I found out just how to maximize on it, and I called them. If you're not communicating with your upline who has the roadmap to success, who can help you jump over hurdles, and you're trying to do it all alone, it's going to take you a very long time to get to where you want to be. One of the things that has really helped people in this business in a short period of time within my organization is they weren't afraid to ask for help. We understood that we didn't have to know everything. We had to know where everything was, right? Be able to find the information and let the tools do the heavy lifting. Allow for everything that's already been put in place from Juice Plus to actually allow for you to better share what the products can do. The research, the documentation is what beats all the additional conversations that can knock you out the game. And Juice Plus has allowed for us to be able to attend events that can really, really explode your business. And if you don't attend events and you don't make events a priority, you're going to find that you just don't really have that passion for Juice Plus as everyone else who's been to conference. People who have just gotten back from Juice Plus Live, they got their batteries recharged in a way that someone who was at home and didn't log on, right, and didn't listen to the live, can't really explain Juice Plus the same way, because it's the energy. Whether you're online on a Zoom or you're in person, you still want to plug in to everything that can allow for you to get your confirmation that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people sharing the right product. So I definitely want to leave this open. It is training. I don't like to talk to just myself. So if anyone has any questions, any comments, if anyone can relate to making their business a priority and you want to share how this business has helped, I'll just open it up for any questions that anyone may have or any comments at all.
I would just like to say thank you. Excellent, excellent information tonight. And I truly appreciate the way you just broke it all down and how to do what we do. Just appreciate it.
You are so welcome. Is that Ruth?
Yes, that's Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. Well, thank you.
Hi.
I'm glad to share. It's something that has tremendously helped me, not just in business, but in life. And I had a chance to talk to Missy. She's like my little secret weapon when I can't get a chance to think for myself. And she said that I should talk about that. And so I took her word for it. I know that I've done it on a call before, but sometimes you just got to get back to the basics. And disciplining your time and your day is critical for business and making it a priority daily. The daily habit for me is I'm sharing Juice Plus every day. I don't care what's going on. I don't care how I feel. I don't care what's happening in my life. There's somebody who's also going through something. And guess what? Juice Plus could be helping them. There's also some people who are waking up every single day and they don't feel like taking all their medication, or they're going through chemo, or they're going through radiation, and they don't have the energy. They can't eat anything, but they can swallow a capsule, right? They can sprinkle Juice Plus, open up those capsules, and they can put it on their tongue, and they can just get a little bit of nutrition that they couldn't before. But because I wasn't in the mood, or I didn't feel like it, or my daughter had an attitude, I said, I'm not going to share Juice Plus. Wrong answer, right? Wrong answer, because someone could have done that to me, and then where would I be? So every day I remind myself when I don't feel like doing it, there's somebody out there who really could benefit from this business. And every single day, it's a priority for me. And I want for everyone to never let life or anyone stop you from that feeling when you realize that Juice Plus was it. Juice Plus was the answer to whatever your situation is, whether it is energy, extra income, whether it's community, because there's some people who are on my team and they don't care about the money. They're like, Latoya, I'm wealthy, in case you didn't know. I'm here because I want to be around happy, healthy people, right? And so not everyone is driven by the income. Not everyone is driven by trying to necessarily heal themselves or saying, hey, prevention is better than cure. That's how I was raised. I just want to take more just in case something decides to show up. I want to tell it, not this house, not this body, right? Because I'm taking things.
Latoya, this whole call tonight has been fantastic. I'm just loving every moment. The one thing I wanted to ask you, I'd love if you could share a few words on how you teach your team the verbiage around the connection call or three-way call. Like, how do you teach your team to invite, and what would they say to get that three-way connection with you?
Oh, awesome. So most three-way calls are always set up after they have shared Juice Plus, whether they've shared their personal story or their product. Where, like tonight, let's say that you had a chance to hear Carol give that overview. Some people just share the overview, and instead of them having a testimony, they say, hey, I've just told you all about the products. What I want to do right now is I want for you to hear from someone who I respect, who can tell you how those exact products that I just told you about is actually helping them. Do you have a minute to be able to hear from them? So there's always a lead in. There's several different ways to do it, but I teach my team two things when it comes down to our business. Never be afraid to ask for support. I had to recondition my mind when I came into this business, because I was kind of raised that you don't ask people for things. When they want to do something for you, they'll offer it. And in this business, it became totally different. So a lot of times what happens is people will say, hey, I've just started this business. I've got some amazing products. I'm up for promotion. I would absolutely love your support. And they're like, well, what is it? What are the products? That's my part. Your part was to get them to say, what is it? Or let me know how I can help. How are these products going to help me? Why would I want to take these products? They may not have all the answers because they just got started and they want to talk to their friends and their family. And the worst thing that they can do is talk to their friends and family, right? They need to be able to allow for someone to validate them in the business by giving them an actual success story of some point. But the key thing is to set up the call after you've done some footwork. So I don't do calls without them actually having the guts to share Juice Plus. Like, you've got to tell people about Juice Plus. You can't say, here's my mom, talk to her. No, you got to say, I told my mom about Juice Plus, but more importantly, I told my mom about how Juice Plus has helped you. And I want her to hear it from you. And so the best thing that you can ever do is be totally honest and transparent. I teach my team, we are not going to ever lie about Juice Plus. We're not going to fabricate how it's helping. And people build their business like that in network marketing. People build their home-based businesses around the life that they actually want. And it's not the one that they actually live right now, right? I put Juice Plus in place to be my retirement plan. But today it's maybe not what's retiring you, right? Being able to be 100% transparent at all times, Dr. Candace, is so, so important. And I love that everyone is honest when they ask questions like, how do I know if it's going to work? We don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to make you feel different, right? But I can tell you that it's whole food nutrition and everybody needs more fruits and vegetables. Just being totally honest all the time is what they're taught. And after you've done all you can do, you get the validation from someone else who can actually put yourself in a position to close the deal for you.
Thank you so much. I think that's what stops a lot of people is they don't know how to ask for that three-way connection with their friend. They don't know what to say to their friend.
I want you to hear from someone that I respect. I want you to hear a story that touched me. I want for you, I want to move myself out of the way. And you know, the best thing that I did is that I used Cynthia Gompers. I said, hey, look, I just got started. I don't know everything. And I can't tell you that I'm going to know everything tomorrow. But I'm connected to someone who's been with the company for over 20 years, who looks absolutely amazing. I could never tell you how old she is, because even when she tells you how old she is, it's not true, right? You just edify the person in a way that they know that you are genuine with who you're bringing on, and let them know you've got to hear from them. It's almost like you don't take no for an answer, because you just say, I've already told them that I was going to let you speak to them, right? So I'm already letting them know that if you're in your power hour and you've got those calls lined up and you're getting ready to start calling people, tell them that I'm waiting, because I am, because I know that it's your 60-minute block of your Juice Plus hours. And just in case you call my phone, you're not calling me to just ask me how's the weather in Atlanta. You're calling me to say, I just spoke to Carol and I told her that you want to talk to her. So she knows about Juice Plus, but I need you to share your story. And then we can go for it. So sometimes I teach them not to ask, but to tell.
Mm-hmm. I think that is so key. And thank you so much for sharing. I know that's what held me back 20 years ago, asking instead of, in this case, it's telling instead of asking. And when another NMD that was a brand new one shared that at a boot camp, and I heard that, he said, I just say, I'd love you to hear from so-and-so. I'd love you to. That changed it for me. And so I thank you so much. I think that's key. Appreciate it.
And I'm going to say this last thing, because this is where it gets confused. So you don't ask for the three-way. You ask for the support. You demand the call. So ask for the support. I really need you to take a look at this. I really need you to try this. I really need for you to know what I know, right? That this is amazing, but I need for you to hear it from someone else.
Great.
Hey, Latoya, this is Awesome Dave, and I had a quick question for you. What is, if you were to describe yourself, what would you say your secret weapon is, your secret thing that you feel that really supports your business in a magical way?
Posture and passion. So I have very strong posture, and my dad says that I can be borderline mean. But it's not that. It's just that when you know, you know. And I just have unshakable belief in myself. I've built myself up to say that if I think that it's right, it's right. And if my dad says I'm right, everyone else is wrong, right? Because I genuinely believe in what I'm saying. And a lot of times people are talking about the business and they're second guessing what they're saying. Whatever I said about the business, even if I skipped something and I didn't do it as awesome as Carol and I left out something, it was awesome, right? Because the new people don't know. So I always remind myself that even when I don't know, they don't know that I don't know. It's all based on my posture about what I'm sharing and my passion about what I'm sharing. And Dave, we've been friends for years. It's so nice to be here with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. No, I love your enthusiasm, and I love the enthusiasm within your team. I mean, it's very interesting seeing the different calls that have happened on Thursday. And my business partner, I always say, well, they're not very excited about Juice Plus. And then I saw your team tonight and the big smiles and then enthusiasm and excitement, maybe the fear for the sharing your story for the first time, Erin. But anyways, I love that enthusiasm. I think that's wonderful.
So we're scared too. So what we do is 60 minutes before we do that, we get all scared and we mess up and we get that out the way. And then we come back again excited. So there's always a pre-call to handle that. But excitement is everything. And I'm with you 100%. When I hear people that aren't excited about Juice Plus, I'm like, oh, today must not be a good day. They didn't have their Juice Plus capsule. They need 2 more, right? But it's one of those things where you've got to remember that our business is really about energy. You know, like these products help us to perform better mentally, physically, right? Financially, spiritually, for so many people. So if they're going to help you perform better, why aren't you excited? Why isn't the passion coming through? Just because it hasn't happened for you the way that you want it to, it's definitely happening for you. And when you hear it happening for someone else, I always say, they're no different from me, right? They put their pants and shoes on every single day the same way I do. The difference is how excited they are. People follow excitement. People want to be a part of something that makes them feel like they're missing out if they don't do it. I want people to feel like if you don't do this, you're going to regret it without saying it. And remember that whether or not they do it, you're in, you're using it. So we're never attached to the no. The one thing that I really have to make sure that I say is if you put your focus more on the activity and not the outcome, you'll get the outcome because of the activity. So if you're doing it and you're excited about it, you're going to get an outcome that you desire. But if you're focusing on the outcome, it takes you away from doing the activity the proper way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Missy, am I okay? It's 9:25.
I think you're brilliant.
You are amazing. Yes, you are fine.
You
Yes.
are amazing. Does anybody else have any more questions for Latoya? We usually go about half an hour, by the way, so you're doing great.
Oh yeah, so that's why I have my alarm just went off and said it's 9:25. Okay.
I'm gonna start setting my alarms. I love it. Well, then, since there aren't any more questions, we just want to say thank you so very much. That was amazing. This is recorded. I will be watching it again because there was so much information. I love it. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Latoya. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Yvonne.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Latoya.
you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. I think it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Bye-bye.
Everybody be well.
Right on. Thank you so much.
Okay.